Hi, this is Nina Taylor. Join Elder James Lockhart this Sunday for the Rhema Gospel Express. We've got special in-studio guest Shenell Sims, actress, model, author, composer. She'll be our special guest this Sunday morning on the Rhema Gospel Express. Also, live in-studio music from soloist Jackyee Carter. Join us at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time this Sunday for the Rhema Gospel Express with our special guests Shenell Sims and Jackyee Carter. Join us on KROVFM.com.
I hear a sound for nations, cover all generations. Can you hear it? Hey, can you hear it? It's the clarion call. Stand up and be counted. Now's not time to fall. Listen. Can you hear it? Chosen one. Be ready for the battle now. It's the fight of your life, but you got it. So don't back down. You can't turn around. Remember what he said. They come against you, 'cause I'm with you. As I've said before, this battle's not yours. And not later, I'll deal with the haters. Oh no, the task you've been given, somebody's waiting on you. They're depending on you, their soul lies in the balance. What they need, yes, you have it. Somebody's waiting on you. They're depending on you. Their soul lies in the balance. What they need, yes, you have it. Hey, 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 hey. Answer your call, you call, you call, you call, you call, you call. This call is not complicated, it's simple, all can appreciate it, yeah. And rose again so that they might have life. What I love about him, he gave this call to all men. Oh, how will they know, how will they know if you and I don't go? Be ready for the battle now. It's the fight of your life, but you got it. Difficulties will exist, but faith and fear don't coexist. Don't back down, you can't turn around. Remember what he said. They come against you, because I'm with you. As I've said before, this battle not yours. And not later, I'll deal with your haters. Oh no. Somebody's waiting on you. They're depending on you. Their soul lies in the balance. What they need, yes, you have it. Somebody's waiting on you. They're depending on you. Soul lies in the balance. What they need, yes, you have. 'Cause somebody's waiting on you. Well, good morning, San Antonio and world. You just heard a song of mine called The Call, and I am Jackyee Carter, just Jackyee, for those of you who know me. And I am thrilled and honored to be here and share some of my music with you this morning, but I'm even more honored at our special guest in here. This morning, I have the privilege and the pleasure of introducing to some, presenting to others, the fabulous Miss Shenell Sims, and from this point on, it's going to be just Shenell. So Shenell, say good morning to our audience out there.
Good morning. How are y'all?
You know what? They're fabulous. I hear them now. They're fabulous. Well, before I get her to talking, let me read a little bit about your bio for those who may not know. Well, Miss Shenell, she was born in Shreveport, Louisiana, and she was raised right here in the state of Dallas, Texas. Shenell received a bachelor's at West Coast University and her nurse practitioner at Chamberlain University. She attended school at KD, which is Kim Dawson Studios, for over 5 years. Shenell feels that the training she learned from KD Studios will be helpful to land future acting roles. Shenell is an experienced motivational speaker and has sung in the gospel choir for over 20 years. Now, among all the things she does, mother, actress, singer, motivational speaker, her first love and passion has always been and still is acting. So Miss Shenell, talk to us a little bit about your background, from family to what got us where we are right now.
Okay, well, like you say, my name is Shenell, and that's Shenell. And so I'm from Shreveport, Louisiana, but I've kind of been raised in Dallas. I stayed in Louisiana for about 4 years, and then Dallas is kind of like my actual true home, so I consider that kind of like my home. But as you know, as everyone probably that knows me, I'm a teenage mom. And so being a teenage mom, I had to do my responsibilities, you know, to kind of grow up a little quicker. And so I did go to acting school when I was younger, but after this had happened, I had to kind of put that on the background and take care of my responsibilities. And so now that my kids are older, this is which allowed me to get back into my field of acting. But before I even done that, I was just like, you know what, I need something that's going to give me stability. So the medical field is popping right now, and so that's what I decided to go in. And so I actually went to West Coast University for my bachelor's.
Okay.
It was hard, but I made it, and I never gave up because God had me all the way through, you know. And so after I did that, I was just like, you know what, I need to do something else because, you know, I get bored so easily. So I went to nurse practitioner school, and so it's just something I really love because I'm my own person. You know, I get to diagnose, I do everything on my own, it's my term. And so I feel like, you know, that was just a calling for me also. But then, you know, I enjoy my medical side, but something inside me was just like, you know what, do what you do. If you want to act. Get out there, it's never too late. Never give up. And so I went to my husband, I was just like, hey, you know what, I want to act. He was like, are you sure? And I was just like, yeah, I got this is what I want to do. So he got everything set up for me, a publicist, and I did my first little thing, red carpet event, going to LA. I was super nervous, but I was just like, oh my gosh. And so when I went, like, I've had opportunities to meet Berry Gordy.
Okay.
It's like the Motown family. And that was just, yes, I was just
know that
so
was
excited. Amazing. Yes, it was. And just to sit in there and just be amongst all these people that meant something, that's a role model. So yeah. So
okay, so let me stop you because, you know, you have given us so much right there. First of all, you said you were a teen mother. You brought that piece out.
Yes.
And so talk to us, because there are a lot of listeners out there who have dreams and have things they wanted to pursue. Because you also said that I knew at a young age, I had taken acting classes, I wanted to do this, but then life happened.
Yeah.
So I need you to talk to the mindset and what did you go through, the inner turmoil maybe to not put the dream on the back burner and come on, let purpose meet preparation and let you go forward in what you were designed to do.
Yeah, so even when I was a teenage mother, you know, it was kind of hard because I knew I had to grow up, and I was just like, goodness, like, what am I going to do? So, of course, you know, I moved out of my mom's house when I was 19, and, you know, I've been on my own ever since then, and then my husband at the time, you know, my boyfriend, and so he got in there with me, and we did this thing together, and so it was hard, but then I had a lot of support because I had my family behind me and I had his family behind me. So it kind of made it a little bit easier. And so being a teenage mother, I know some teenagers might think, oh my gosh, like, this is it. Like, where do I see my life from now? But you just can't live like that. You have to be able to look for a goal for a future. So as myself, I started writing down goals. And that's how I achieve my goals. I write down things that I want to do in life, and as I achieve them, I check them off.
Okay.
And that's like motivation for me.
Okay.
And so it don't matter. It can be 20 years from now, 30 years from now. You still have goals, you know. And you only have one life to live. And that's why I say get out there and do you. You know, have that faith. You know, so And I just feel like that's what I did, and that's what got me to the point where I am now, because I had that faith and that motivation, and I knew this is something I want to do. Because if you feel like you know you want to do that, you're going to do it. Don't let nobody stop you. You're going to have haters, just like how you said in your song. You got to let them haters keep on hating.
Yeah.
That's right. Make them
and they
stepping
cannot
stones.
stop you
That's
from your
right.
purpose. Now, what I like too, though, you're giving us some practical things, because there are a lot of artists out here listening, and whatever your passion may be, but sometimes you don't have the means to do the passion. So I like what you said, that number one, you start setting goals. You write them down, see them, and then start checking them out.
Yes.
But number two, you said you knew you needed to do something to find stability.
Yeah.
So that's where the secular, the career world, the job came in to give her stability to do the passion part of that.
Right.
So how impactful was that for you? Or give us some more nuggets around that piece right there, getting that stability, financial stability to do what God has put in your heart.
Yes, and so when I signed up for school, you know, I was just like, how am I going to pay for this? You know, so I went and I applied, and for an entrance exam for nursing, you know, you have to pass the entrance exam. So I passed that, and so then I started signing up for all these grants, and they all just started coming through, and I was just like, wow. And so once I started going and whatever, and the second week of school, I was just like, I can't do this. I look like I don't know who this one in here. That's how I was looking at first.
Okay.
And then once I started getting in there and getting my classes together, I started saying, you know what, I really need this, because this is something that I need to do. And I just wanted to make sure that I'm able to be able to make that money, because you know, nursing is really good money, but it's very competitive at the same time. And so as me being who I am, being an African American woman, you know, it's already kind of hard on us, you know.
Absolutely.
And so therefore I had to push through. I had to think about my kids. I had to think about my family, because when they got older, you know, they started asking for things. I need to be able to afford those things for them, to be able to help out my husband and paying bills and different things like that. And so once I graduated from there, I got my first little nursing job, and I've been popping and booming ever since.
I love it. I love it.
Yes.
And one more thing on this practical side, because once we come back from break, we're going to get into the acting and all, you know, the juiciness that everybody wants to hear about. But one thing I heard you say, and it screams sacrifice to me. When you said that you knew the acting was in there, you've been dramatic, but then you decided to put practicality to that and take some classes. So I need you to talk into the spirit of those out there who know you have a gift, but how do you develop and how do you nurture the gift God has given you? Because it's not just the gift and boom, you arrive. You have to put in some work. So talk to us about that side of things.
Yes, that is so true. You can have all the talent in the world, but it's okay to go so you can get better at what you do. So, like I say, I started acting when I was actually in 5th grade. And so, yes, and I was a very shy girl. And so I didn't say anything. I used to sit back in the classes and just look, because everybody else was just so vibrant and outgoing. And I would sit back and be like, oh, I wish I could be like that. And so these classes that I took taught me how to come out of that shell. It taught me how to get ready to prepare for the world, to be able to speak in public, just in case if you have, you know, you might be a public speaker later on in life, or when you go to these roles, you have to be able to feel that person to be able to get into that character. And that's what this training taught me to do, is how to calm, how to relax, and how to get into that character. Because a lot of people, where they mess up at, oh, I can do that because I do that all the time in life, in reality. But when you go into that room and you have all these producers and directors that's looking at you, you get nervous. And so what this class teaches you is how to breathe, your breathing technique, how to relax, how to think about something to put you in that role that you're getting ready to do, so you can be able to play that part. So that's what that class really taught me about.
Okay, fantastic. Now, mommy, talk to me about mommy and wife. How do we balance and juggle all of these things at once and still do a great job at all of them?
Oh my gosh, I ask myself that question all the time. I don't know if I'm coming or going, because that is the hardest thing, you know, being a nurse and working 12-hour shifts, coming home and knowing that you got to leave in the next 3 days to go to LA for about 2 or 3 days, come back home and my kids were like, Mama, where are you going now? And so it's kind of hard when I do leave, but what I do tell them is, like, during the summer when school is out, y'all can travel with me, y'all can do everything with me, because I want them to be able to get that opportunity, because I didn't do that when I was little. So this is going to be a good a venture, and it's going to be a good opportunity, you know, for them to get in there and see how the business is, because I don't want to rush them or put them in something they don't want to be. I'm going to be able to feel comfortable. If this is what you want to do, you do it, you know. And so I want to just open up the doors for them, you know.
I love it. And that exposure is so critical, because we were talking earlier off the air, and we were talking about your baby, and I think you say your daughter is in her right now. You're seeing it, and you're seeing some signs, and I think that exposure piece is so critical, because when kids make up their mind and are not forced into a field, maybe, or you know, feel pressured into it because mommy or daddy did it and I'm expected from the world to do it, then I think it relieves that. And by your baby being in that atmosphere and kind of seeing what you go through and knowing it, then she can definitely make a conscious decision on that. So I think that is fantastic. Phenomenal.
Yes, she's gonna be in it. I don't know about my son. He's very quiet. He's like, I don't know, mama.
You know, maybe he might be on the management side. Who knows?
You can be behind the camera. You know, you can be a director, a producer. You know, the sky's the limit.
I'm loving it, because I'm seeing the tag team duo right here in the studio, husband and wife, and I am feeling it. So that's another good thing. Get a support system in your corner. Whether, you know, and for those of you artists who are single, it's okay. You need a team, though. Get somebody in your corner. Talk to me about your team right now.
Yes, and so actually, when you put a team together, you need somebody that you trust, because in this life, it can take you so fast, and you can't really trust everybody. And so that's why I have my husband. He does everything. He's like my road manager. He's my photographer. He does everything. And then I also have my publicist, and she's the one that gets out there to build my image to get where I'm at, which is where I'm at right now today here. And so shout out to Wet PR, Cassandra Williams, the best ever. Yes. And so you know, between just them two right now is what I have. I'm kind of getting everything that I'm doing together. But you know, as I get bigger and stronger, and then I will get to bring in those other teams, you know, that I might need, you know, to help me once I get into those bigger roles.
Absolutely. Yes. That is so important. And again, if you're just joining us, you are hearing the lovely Miss Shenell from Dallas, Texas, well, living in Dallas, Texas, where she calls her home, and she's a phenomenal woman, wife, mother, actress, nurse practitioner. You know, she just does it all. And we're going to come back with part 2 of this interview when we return. So don't go anywhere. We'll see you when we come back. Okay. I'm trying to balance it out in a row too. It's like double Dutch, okay?
Yes, and I'm looking at him, so I was like, okay, he's 12:05, so I know I need to make myself short.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, what can I ask her to, you know? Okay, so good. So now where can we... Back world, this is Jackie, your girl Jackie, Jackyee, and I am here with the lovely Miss Shenell, and that's Shenell, for those who didn't know. Wonderful, wonderful mother, wife. She is a motivational speaker. She is a nurse practitioner. She is a singer. She is a songwriter. But most of all, I'm going to talk about her love right now. This acting. So I know before the break, we talked about this. We talked about how the love was in her. The seed was planted. And it was designed by God for her to pursue this field of acting. But she went back and she got some stability with getting the job in the secular world. And now she got some focus with her K&D schooling. And so now we're parking that. Now that her babies are a little bit older, a little more independent, now she's returning back to her first love and her acting. And so she's pursuing it wholeheartedly and fully. And so now I want to ask you, Shenell, what is next for you? Or, you know, with the acting, well, first of all, backtrack. You told us you met some people on the red carpet, but what else have you done in the acting world? And then answer part 2, what's next?
Okay, so right now I've done a lot of red carpet events, and it's all about networking.
Okay.
So right now I'm doing my networking, meeting as many people as possible to build up their Rolodex. That's what I got from my husband. He was like, you want to build that Rolodex. Okay. Because you want to be able to reach back when people are asking for those casting calls, to reach back to that person and say, hey, you know, I think I can fit into this this role right here. So right now I'm building my Rolodex and trying to meet a lot of people that's in the field right now. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. And so once I do accomplish that, my publicist, what she does, she goes out there and she look for these casting calls, and she goes and she calls them and say, hey, I have this this lady, she wants to do this, she's looking for this role, and I feel like she's a great fit. Then, she'll call me and say, hey, Shenell, I got this opportunity. I need for you to be down here. It's blah, 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 blah. And then, I go down there and I act. So right now, I'm just waiting for that special phone call. You never know when it might come, and that's one thing about this field. You have to be patient. Things doesn't happen overnight. And a lot of us are so impatient, and you gotta learn how to be patient. It might take 6 months, it might take a year, but don't ever give up. It's all about patience. So that's where I'm at right now.
Ooh, that is good, Shenell. Now you dropped some more good nuggets on us. Now, first of all, networking.
Yes.
We cannot sit back and just wait for opportunities to fall in your lap because you are chosen, called, anointed. Networking is important.
Right.
Now, and then you said a publicist.
Yes.
To get you, because I wanted you to speak on that piece too, because I hear a lot of times that it's the market. You have to get up and move to where the opportunities are, and that there's some truth in that.
Yes.
However, I want you to talk to people about maximizing where they are right now. Because what if I can't move to LA or wherever the market is right now? But there are still opportunities going on around me. So can you give our listeners some practical steps on what to do in the current where they are right now?
Yeah, so if you feel like you're not able to travel thus far, so what I did, I went online and set up an account. You have a lot of casting call accounts, and so like IMDb Pro, you can sign up for that. And what you do, you put in the areas that you're willing to work in, and there can be a lot of opportunity that's in that area. And once you go and you do those casting calls, you might never know where these people are from. They can be from Cali, they can be from anywhere, and once you land their role, they can move you there. But like for me, even though I'm living in Dallas, but I travel back and forth to Dallas, it's a lot, but it's something that I want to do, so I don't mind getting out there and do it. And so, like I say, with a publicist, she helps build that image. She helps to get in there. She makes these networks, and she calls you and she said, hey, I need for you to be out here. She give me like a 2 weeks notice because I need that.
Okay.
So she give me that 2 weeks notice and say, hey, Shenell, on these days I need for you to be out here because we got some casting calls going on. I'm getting you directly in there. Now with the publicist, they can get you directly into that versus if you're trying to do it by yourself. You're going to have a long line. You might have 100 people in line that's trying out for the same role you have.
Okay.
But when you have that publicist has that credential to get in there and say, hey, skip that line, you VIP, we're going to get you right in the door to the person who you need to be seeing right now. And that's the purpose of having a publicist. Now, a publicist doesn't come for free. There is some money involved.
Okay, wait. Say this again for the cheap seats, because sometimes people think that everything is just for free. Talk to people about the costs to pursue what you want.
Yes, a publicist is not free. And you know what, a lot of people feel like, oh, well, I can just move to LA and I can just start singing or going to these different things. Yeah, you can do that, but you still need that publicist to build your image. You need that publicist, you need your social media, you need Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, you need all of that. And a publicist, that's when they come in to help you build that image. And a publicist is kind of expensive. A publicist can cost you between $7,000 all the way up to $20,000. You know, and depending on how big that publicist is, depending on their credentials, the more shine you need, it's going to be the more expensive that a publicist is going to cost. Now, how often you have to pay that publicist, I'm not for sure, because each individual publicist is different. So you might pay every 3 months, you might pay every month, you might pay every week. You know, so it's all about research. You want to research everything you do before you do it, because some people will just take your money and run off, and you'll be sad. So you have to research.
And that's so sad, but so true. People will feed off that desire.
Yes.
They know you want something so bad, and you're willing to do stuff for it. So I love that you said educate yourself.
Yes.
Educate yourself, because everybody is not for your best interest. And then I like to tell people, frame your mind. If it's for you and it's a desire that you have, it's an investment.
Yes.
Don't ask people to invest in what you won't invest in yourself.
Exactly. And I tell everybody, if it sound good, everything that sound good, trust me, it is not good. I'm telling you, they can say, oh, but don't worry about paying me, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And then at the end, you didn't sign this contract, and at the end, this contract say $20,000. And they taking you to court, and if your signature is on that paper, you got to cough up that $20,000. So you have to read fine print and all. People will take you fast because you're gullible, because you're hungry for it. You need someone that's going to be just as hungry as you are for your own talent, and you got to make them believe that. Even though they're working for you, you got to show them Action speaks louder than words. Show them that you want. If they say you need to be here for the next 5 days, be there for the next 5 days. Don't say like, well, I'm gonna go for 1 or 2 days and I ain't gonna do the next 3. No.
How bad do you want it? What are you willing to put up for? And that's
Exactly.
true. Work ethic is so important. And then that weight piece, that is so difficult sometimes. Because we're in this younger generation, and I'm still knocking on that door, people. But we like the microwave and the internet. Everything is so fast, and sometimes we forget about the wait. And there's something key in that waiting because the process. And I think off camera we talked a little bit about accepting the roles. You know, there's joy in accepting roles. And some come in and say, well, this role is too small for me. And you had said some great things about the role that is given. So talk to us a little bit about honoring whatever has been placed in your lap.
Yeah, so I look at every role that you get. I don't look at it as a small role. I look at it as a big role, because this can be that small role that gets you to the top. And so how did you get here? Oh, I got here from a small role, but it was a big role to me because I made that role so convincing. Like I said when we was off the air, if it's something your role is just saying, hi, how are you doing? I'm going to be the best hi, how are you are doing. And make people look at me and be like, ooh, who is she? You got to make it believable. You got to be that character. And so once you believe in your mind, you're that character and something that can take you there, and you can be the best you can be inside, and you feel it and it shows out, you know. People look at stuff like that. Like I was researching, one woman was like, she can look at you before you even open your mouth to see if you're going to be a good actress or if the field is for you. So it's all about presence. When you're going, it's like an interview. Make yourself look good. Don't show up in any kind of clothes. Show up presentable, because you're presenting yourself. Your first appearance is the best appearance to everybody. Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. And so on that piece, when you show up with your business intact. That's like, right. So what are some of the things that, the aspiring actresses, since we're parking there, what do you need to show up with?
Okay, so if you have a resume, build your resume. Even though you may have not done anything, go sign up for some workshops, so you can at least have that on there so they can show the initiative that, hey, I want to do this. So go to a couple of workshops, put that on your resume, take that with you, take some headshots with you, and don't put on a lot of makeup, because a lot of people like to see the natural you. Pull your hair back from your face so they can get a feel of who you are.
Okay.
So you want to have that together, and you want to have at least of a little piece of acting role or a video that you've done, YouTube videos, anything like that, to show them what kind of actress you are, how you can deal with different things, So you want to have all that together when you go. Don't go empty-handed, because they're going to be like, so what are you going to show me? And if you don't have anything, well, you got to come prepared. It's all about being prepared.
Okay. I love it. Now, let's see. And you have a quote here that, and I'm going to read it straight from the bio that I got from you. This right here is talking about you. She has the potential, drive, desire, and determination to set her mind to whatever she believes in. What Shenell wants, Shenell gets. Shenell even says this, and here you go. All you have to do is set your mind on what you want and believe in yourself. Anything is possible. And so with that, I want you just to encourage, like, I know you've gotten a lot of golden nuggets and you've given so many to our listening audience, but if you had 1 or 2 things to say to somebody to encourage them in whatever it is that they're doing, can you give us your best, Shenell?
Yeah, so I look at it like this. It's about you. If this is what you want, I can't stop saying, if this is what you want that bad, you have to get out there and do it. Like I say, sign up for some workshops. I'm telling you, anything is possible. Like everybody, even though everybody is born differently, it's up to you as you get older what you set your mind to do. Don't let nobody tell you, oh, you shouldn't do that, that's a waste of time. Don't listen to nobody but yourself. You pray about it and you keep on going. God say, ask and you shall receive, right?
Okay.
So I'm just saying, get on your knees, pray about it, say, listen here, Lord, I don't know if this is for me, but I want it to be for me. Can you guide me, show me, help me, build me? You know what I'm saying? And once you start believing in that and saying it every day, it's going to motivate yourself, and you're going to be walking through it with your chest poked out with all the confidence. They going to look at you and be like, what got into her? Or what got into him? You just got to believe in yourself, and you just got to keep going at it. And like I say, sign up for workshops that's inside your area, inside your city, inside your county. And they're everywhere. And once you sign up for that, I'm telling you, it might be a producer from LA that came all the way to San Antonio, Texas, not even just San Antonio, any part of Texas, that can look and be like, you know what, that's him or her. Excuse me, I want to take you back to Cali with me. So you never know who's at these workshops, and that's your opportunity. That's where you're going to get everything from, is those workshops. You never know who's there.
Okay. All right. So you heard it, people. Faith, preparation, passion. Pursue your purpose, and don't let anybody tell you what you can't do. So before we go, Shenell, tell people how they can reach you. What are you doing? Tell it, where can they find you?
Yes, for all of those who are wanting to get to know Shenell, you can do my Twitter. It is at Shenell, like I say, SHENELL 2018. And also I am having my Facebook right now is like kind of like for my nursing, so I kind of leave that for my nursing side or whatever. And so my Instagram is going to be Shenell, at Shenell, SHENELLDIA. And a lot of people was like, what's DIA? It stands for doing it all.
Oh, come on here, doing it all. I love it. Now, okay, we know today is Super Bowl Sunday, and I would be remiss if I didn't ask you, Shenell, what are your Super Bowl Sunday predictions?
Well, I'm going to always go with what my husband says.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to go with the LA Rams.
All right, you heard that here. LA Rams. Well, I have been honored. It has been a pleasure interviewing you, Shenell. And like I was telling you, you have spoke to and encouraged my spirit. Because there's so much with having this passion to do and maybe not necessarily knowing how to do it, how to go about it. But that's another thing. Surround yourself with people who are doing what you're doing and who are doing it better than you.
That's right, because you are who you hang around. You hang around positivity, you're going to get back positivity.
That's what's up. Well, today, folks, you have heard it. This has been your host, Jackyee, with the lovely Shenell, SHENELL, phenomenal singer, actress, songwriter, motivational speaker, wife, and mom. And she told you where you can find her on social media. Go out there, and I really encourage you to support her, uplift her in your prayers. Keep her praying that she pursue her passion and purpose with all that she's got, and that God open doors and open opportunities for her. And Shenell, we'll see you at the top.
Yes, you will.
Okay.
Hi, this is Pastor John Dickey, and you're listening to the Royal Gospel Express in San Antonio, Texas.
AVS Media.
This is national recording artist Everett Drake, and you're now on board the Rhema Gospel Express with Ambassador Lockhart, reaching around the world on KROVFM.com. Now, amen goes right there.
He loves. He is jealous for me. Love's like a hurricane on the tree, bending beneath the weight of his wind and his mercy. When all of a sudden I'm made aware of afflictions eclipsed by glory, I realize how beautiful you are. Hey, and oh, he loves, yes, he loves me. Oh, how he loves me. Yeah, he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. He loves. Hey, he loves us. Said, oh, how he loves us. He is jealous cares for me. He loves like a hurricane on the tree, bending beneath the weight of his wind and his mercy, mercy. When all of a sudden I'm made aware of afflictions eclipsed by glory, I realize how beautiful you are, and oh, how you love me. Yes, he loves me, how he loves me, and I love him too. He loves us. Said, oh how he loves us. Now, I remember my mama taught me at an early age. She said, yes, Jesus loves me. Oh, yes, Jesus loves me, loves me. Yes, he loves me. The Bible, and I read it for myself, tells me so, how he loves me. Yes, he loves me, how he loves me, and I love you too. Oh, God, you love me. Yes, you love me, how you love me. Yeah, 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 yeah. He loves us. He loves us. He loves me. Hey, hey. See, love is patient. Love is kind. Love is always a friend of mine. Love won't leave me lonely now. Oh, 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 oh. Ooh, oh, said, oh, he loves me. Ooh, ooh, he loves.
Hi, this is J. Bernard Brown, the chapter representative of the San Antonio chapter of the Gospel Music Workshop of America Incorporated, and you are listening to KROBFM.com with Ambassador James Lockhart.